Hey guys, so I am here with Hayleigh again.
Hey.
We're going to talk about, because who asked me? I think it was Chelsea. She asked me on Twitter to talk about exams and exam stress and things like that. So we're going to talk about those things. Just what you want to say.
I mean, everyone hates exams.
Yeah.
There is just nothing you can do about it. You've got to do them. I mean, if you're lucky enough to do a course that you don't have to do them, then that's really
Which
good.
Which is what we do at uni. It's actually really nice.
Yeah, uni and college that was nice. But school, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to do an exam, aren't you? But basically, I think my advice would just be to any subjects that you're strong at, you're really good at, don't revise them as much. It sounds stupid, but you tend to know those things better. And anything that you're not good at, stuff that is your weaker subjects, revise them, because honest to God, revision.
Yeah, see,
helps so much.
Revise? Is that a word? I revised things, I stupidly revised things that I already knew, so I would remember them. And I didn't revise enough for maths was one thing that I absolutely hated maths. It was awful, and I had a really bad teacher for most of it, so I only just got a C. But I managed to pass it, and that's because I revised
I
it.
get a D in my I got in my physics teacher.
I got an E in RE, so
Yeah, no, my science was not a strong point. It was in the top set as well.
I think I was in the top set, so
I think I get science. I think I got a B, a C, and a D, or did I get two B's and a D?
I got BBC. Mine actually spelled out BBC.
No, so what I did was I wasn't very good at revision. I've never really have been good at revision.
No.
Maths was a subject where I knew I could get the grade. I just had to work at it. So
yeah.
I didn't do revision as such. I just did practice papers because actually they're really good.
Yeah.
Because you're practicing. Obviously, you kind of know the style of question, and you then by doing them you learn which areas are your strongest and weakest points.
Yeah.
Really revise, but it's gonna sound also. I actually didn't revise for a lot of my exams.
See, I didn't.
But history, I didn't do history, geography, Spanish, and Italian. I did literally do a little bit of revision for, and I passed them all with flying colours. So it literally just depends on what you're good at.
Exactly. You need to kind of find out what your strengths are, and then kind of put them to the side a bit, and then focus on your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Is what we're trying to say.
Because I don't know what it is. It's the ones that that you're really good at. When it comes to exams, you can just do it. It's something. It's very natural.
It just naturally flows.
It just naturally comes out. That's what I had with those subjects. I found that I could just do them.
Yeah. Actually, in the exam as well, I remember being really anxious beforehand, because the way we did it, our school did it, was that you got a letter and a number for where you were sitting.
Oh yeah.
In the hall.
Yeah.
And you had to stand in a line of what letter you were. So it went from A to Z, which was really good. You had to stand outside and wait, and you had to be there 15 minutes early, and they made you wait 15 minutes before you could go in. Which made you worse. It made
we had to get there at a certain time, and then they let us in, and it was you had to be pull your stuff in changing rooms, and then you take in all your valuables.
That's way better.
And then what we did, we had to take in all your valuables, your phone, because obviously you don't want anybody nicking them. And then you go, the tables had the same numbering system, and then you go and sat at your table. They had a plastic bag, Ziploc bag thing that you put your valuables in, and then they'd come and collect them.
That's way better than ours. Honestly, they called you in line by line, and you had to put your bag and everything at the front. So there was a pile of bags. So you had to try and find your bag at the end. And then you went and sat down, and you took everything that you needed to take. So maths, you took a pencil and a calculator.
Everything for maths.
And then we just sat down and we did it. But I remember being it's kind of the wait beforehand. It's because we had to wait 15 minutes. So you stood there and you're talking to other people, and you're and they seem more prepared than you.
Yeah, and then you're oh god,
shit, what am I gonna do? And then you walk. It's a relief when you walk out of the exam. But then you talk to other people, and you're shit, I didn't do that for that question.
No matter what, anyway, because the amount of times I walked out of the exam hall, and you start talking to your mates, and you'll be they'd be oh, what do you get this? Because there's always a few questions that everyone struggles on.
Yeah.
But it's obviously when you start, when somebody says to you, oh, I got this answer, and you're oh, but I got something different, and then you start thinking about it.
Oh God, I should have put that.
It wrong, or
you've got it wrong.
Or you've got it wrong, or you've both got it wrong, or you're both right. Don't worry about what other people have done.
No.
Because
it'll make you panic.
Yeah, it makes you panic, and it just be that you don't know. I mean, That could have just been one question that you screwed up on. Like,
thing is though,
if the rest of it is alright, if you felt good for the rest of it, then there's no need to worry.
See, most exams, you get kind of, especially maths, you get marks for your working out. So even if you don't get the answer, if you've got working
write
out,
everything down that you
literally
do.
write all your method
even if
down.
it's wrong, because I actually found a lot of the times I was not using like the right method, but in the end I still got the right answer.
Yeah.
So I still got marks for that.
Yeah. I mean, like, exams seem like really scary. You know, like, when you're in doing them, they seem like the most important thing in the world. But then once you get to college, they can't. You kind of just forget about exams. Like we only use them to get into college.
Are there any college courses that actually do exams? I think there are a few, aren't there?
There's probably a few, but like the ones that like I've done have all been like coursework.
Yeah.
So depending on what you do, you may never have to do an exam ever again.
I think also actually a lot of the exams that you do, say English is one of them, history, geography. It's not just your exams that go towards your grades; it's your coursework as well.
Yeah.
So actually, if you're strong at coursework like I was, that actually, if you do really well in your coursework, then it doesn't matter so much what you get in your exam because your coursework will pull you up.
Even
so
if
you just have to play to your strengths.
Yeah, even if you do, if you're doing like drama and you've got an exam for drama, which I don't know anybody that does drama or anything. I don't know, but I never did like drama or anything. But I know they did like performances and things for their like exams. That's like, to me, that would be even worse because it's performing in front of people.
Yeah, but
if it's something you want to do, then you'll just do it. It'll just.
No matter what.
Thing is, like when we did them presentations, it's kind of a similar thing. Like we had to get up in front of like 2 or 3 people, and then like
5 people watching me.
Yeah, and then I had about 3 people, including like our lecturer, and it was the most nerve-wracking thing ever. But then once it was over, it was like, what the hell was I worrying about? Like, it just went, and even though you dwell on it so much before you do it, and it's gone very dark in here, you dwell on it for ages beforehand, and then you kind of work yourself up, and that's the one thing I say, try not to do that, because it makes you work.
Because actually, we found that once we'd done it, it was actually not as bad as we thought it was going to be. But it's the same with exams, like occasionally, there is always that thing with exams of, what if I get a question that I don't know the subject, or whatever. And I was really lucky on my maths exam. There was a lot of stuff I didn't know and that I couldn't do. And then the maths exam that I got, I knew everything on it. Yeah. So part of it is you are lucky. It literally just depends on the questions that you get. So it's literally, you just don't know, but like don't fret about it because there is always the chance to retake. If it really goes horribly wrong, then you can always retake.
Yeah.
Part of it is chance, but some of them you're really lucky, like you get like multiple choice, like English.
Yeah.
English, you can kind of choose which questions you do, so that's always a nice one because you can pick which ones you know that you'd be better at.
You wouldn't think that English would be a hard exam to do.
Oh my god.
But literature, like, also, did you do the 2, like language and literature? Language was fine. Like, language didn't really bother me. But like, it was language. I
hated language so much.
What did I do in language?
Language is like the one we have to write letters and things and emails.
Oh, that didn't bother me.
I hate that.
But literature, I was quite good at English.
I was good at English. It's one of those things. It's going to sound weird. I know people say you shouldn't say anything. You know, you can't blame the teachers because it's all you doing it. But teachers do have an impact.
They do. If you I remember I've had quite obviously we changed English teachers as we went through like the years. But I remember like my last English teacher was a guy called Mr. Hayleigh, and anyone who went to school with me will know what he was like. He was really funny, but he was like a really he probably didn't want to say it. Like, he probably doesn't watch the videos. So, but he wasn't a good teacher.
Yeah.
Like, he was really young, only just got into the job and everything like that, and he couldn't control the class or anything. So we didn't really learn anything. But then I kind of changed and we had Miss Cobden, and she was lovely.
Kind of moving up.
Oh god.
Getting further away. Because like my English teacher changed every year, and year 7 I had this really lovely teacher. Absolutely loved her. And it was just really nice doing English.
Yeah.
Year 8 I had this teacher. Was she called Miss Varga? She was a little bit weird. Anyway, just to say that but like I don't know, for like that year in English, like I was still doing all right. Yeah. But I didn't enjoy English as much because I just didn't like her.
Yeah.
And then year 9 I got a different one, and I was like quite happy with her. And then year 10 and 11 you have like you get the teacher in year 10 and they pretty much stay.
Yeah.
They stay for the 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was like, as long as I get anyone but the one I had in year 8, because that's the one I didn't like, and I got her.
Yeah.
And I was so annoyed. Like, I got the teacher I had in year 7 as well, but only for 1 day a week. And what ended up happening was that actually my English lessons, I didn't really feel like I was doing work, but I didn't really feel like I was learning anything.
No, yeah.
And so it was when it came to like every Thursday and I had this other teacher, I was going to her like, right, I don't get this. You know, can you go through it with me? And I mean, I was lucky in the fact that literature, like, I'm quite good at literature, so it was more the language that was bothering me. And thankfully, like,
See, I'm the opposite way round. I preferred language.
I hate language so
I
much.
hated literature because you had, like, I remember it being of Mice and Men. I remember doing of Mice and Men, and then we had to do DNA, which was a play, and we had to, like, we had to act out the play in the English lesson.
Oh yeah, I had to do that.
Freaking drama lesson.
I had to recreate a scene from Of Mice and Men. I think we recreated his death.
Think every student that's going through exams and stuff knows about Of Mice and Men. Like, you just have to mention Of Mice and Men, it's like, fuck off.
If you are one of those lucky schools or colleges or whatever that doesn't do it, you do not know how lucky you are. Like I genuinely think it's probably...
The symbolism of the red lipstick, like, oh Jesus Christ.
Red. He's white.
The curtains were blue because it symbolises the calmness of the situation. Like, stop, like, you know.
I think if you just read that book and hadn't had to do any of the English stuff with it, it probably would have been quite a good book.
Yeah, but because you analyse it so much.
No, we read it in year 10, and then we reread it in year 11. We watched the film of it, which my English teacher cried. My English teacher apparently cries at it every single time.
I haven't watched the film.
We did an exam that had it in. The thing I liked about literature though is I found that I could bullshit my way through it.
Just like, I don't know, our RE lessons were just shit, really. I think that's why I got an E.
We watched, right? Was it P.S. I Love You we started watching? Because apparently there was some religious meaning in it.
Do you know what's really weird?
And then
we used to watch Shrek in RE.
What?
Shrek, Friends, Family Guy. Like, how are they religious in any way?
These are the ones that I'm thinking that we watched were kind of like... Was it the devil?
Vicar of Dibley as well. I understand the Vicar of Dibley.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, we watched like the devil because we were doing like about the devil, and like that kind of made sense. And then P.S. I Love You was, I think, to do with God or something. I can't remember. Like, they made sense, but Shrek, that does not make sense to me.
Literally, we used to just sit and watch Shrek and The Simpsons and Family Guy, and it was just an excuse to piss about our lessons.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I remember once, we're not even talking about exams anymore. Like, I remember once, it properly like snowed, and we all, it was that icy outside, we all couldn't go out for lunch on the playground. We had to stay in classrooms. So everyone was just swapping classrooms. Everyone was like, we need to stay in one classroom so we all know where you are. And then everyone just went to a different classroom to piss them off. It was so funny. School was good. I enjoyed school.
We had the girl who factually, like, it'd been a bit like snowing, it was a bit icy, but like not enough to like close the school or anything. And so this girl, this friend of mine, she was actually walking, and she happened to walk right past the head teacher as she fell over on the ice, and because she fell over, they closed school. We got to go home.
Oh, bless her.
We were like, yeah.
See, we got like, our school bought a specific snowplow.
You had a snowplow?
Yeah, we had a snowplow.
We just had grit with crap.
But no, seriously, it was so funny. And then like, they hadn't used it for ages, and we were like, oh, why have they spent money on a snowplow and they ain't used it? And then it came out that a student had broke the snowplow so that we could go home. And I was just like, that is amazing. Honestly, it was so funny.
See, we never really had stuff like that, because I went to an all-girls school, so like...
Yeah.
It's very different from going to a mixed school.
If anyone is watching this, whoever went to Nico, you'll know what I mean, because Nico is just a shithole.
Oh, Tyler, what is a freaking shithole?